Good morning, everyone. It is Friday, January 20th, 2017, and this is your fun fact of the day. Your anatomical incorrection today we're going to cover is probably the most controversial one of today's decade, and that is vaccines, and the fact that vaccines do not cause autism. Let me tell you a small story about a publication journal going out of business and a surgeon who was convinced that somehow we just needed to bring back eradicated diseases into the world. Some of you may know the name Dr. Andrew Wakefield. He was a British surgeon and medical researcher who in 1998 published a paper in The Lancet linking vaccinations with autism. He proposed that the rise of autism could not be contributed or attributed to genetics alone, and that there must be some sort of external factor also causing it. Taking in a ton of speculations, non-scientific approaches, he determined that the MMR vaccine was responsible in part for this, speculating that the MMR vaccine, when applied or when come in contact with the young children, would damage the intestinal linings, allowing peptides and proteins into the bloodstream, which then traveled up to the brain, causing the damage that we would call autism. Few problems with that. His findings had the problems of a complete lack of a control group, a very small study group, 12 children total. That's all he based the study off of. It relied heavily on the parents' memories. He handpicked these children for his study, and then ignored all the ones that he didn't like because they wouldn't fit with his conclusions, and then made very vague conclusions that just didn't statistically fit. Now, for all of you who still think that there has been other studies out there that we just haven't heard about that have proved the link, take into consideration how 25 million children, compared to the little 12, have been studied since then, and there is actually, statistically, medically, and scientifically, no link or correlation found between vaccines and autism. In 2004, some of his colleagues showed how Dr. Wakefield falsified records and refuted his original findings. He actually came out and said, actually, yes, I was wrong. That was wrong of me. I was incorrect. Those findings are false. Too late. Damage already done. Many papers, many videos, many studies, many news stories and articles have been put out, numerous of all of the above have put out, to show this fact that vaccines do not cause autism, but still around 1/4 of Americans still believe it's true. 1 out of every 4. It's absurd. There are cases where a child can start showing signs of autism within a recent time, maybe a month of getting a vaccine. That is purely coincidence. Autism is not affected by that. It is already inherent and has already been developing before those signs have even been shown. This is kind of the same idea as saying, hey, I ate an apple yesterday and today I have a cold. That apple gave me a cold! It's pure coincidence. No real causation or connection to it at all. And as a side note, even if vaccines did cause autism in even 0.1% of children, if they did, and that big pharmaceutical companies are doing the biggest cover-up and most successful cover-up of all time, it physically pains me that parents would rather have their children be subjected to polio, measles, mumps, scarlet fever, cholera, smallpox, all sorts of numerous things which can be vaccinated against, but people would actually rather expose their children to all manner of eradicated or completely controlled diseases than have a child who is slightly special needs. Disgusting. Disturbing even. At least to me personally. Every person has that choice. I chose to get my daughter vaccinated. There are those who have not. It is your choice. However, if you are not getting your child vaccinated strictly out of the fear of ending up with some sort of special needs child, you have absolutely nothing to fear and are doing it for the wrong reason. Fact. In other news, it is National Cheese Lovers Day. So next time you munch over a hunk of Munster, think about this and think deeply on it and just why you're considering vaccines versus not getting vaccines. Hope you've enjoyed this fun fact of the day. See you tomorrow.